Oh. I didn't know you had a sister. I don't know, I just had this like really clear idea in my head about who you were and your life and your family, and I mean, it's stupid to think that I knew you after one night. Why not? Look, my virginity is not some beautiful thing that I have to guard and cherish until I find the one, because, you know, there is no one. There's just some guy. And you do some stuff, and it's pretty gnarly, and it gets uncomfortable, and one day, you know, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be like porno sex great, and I just have to get from here to there safely, and know that Ronnie is safe because I have my own copy of his test results. So you tell me why I can't just go upstairs and get this over with. No, see, no, you love Jane though. You love her. You love her hair tucking and her smile and her stupidly perfect olive skin. Like, who has skin like that? Seriously, it's ridiculous. Yeah. No, yeah, I have great skin, but that's because I work very hard on my skin, and I'm on a first-name basis with my dermatologist, and if I have a problem, then me and Phyllis deal with it. That's not the point that I make. The point that I'm making is that you are infatuated with Jane, and I am gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna go do Ronnie. I'm gonna go do Ronnie. It's all gone. What's next?
That's all I got, folks.
Boring. So studying is hard and boring. Teaching is hard and boring. So what you're telling me is to be bored, and then bored, and then bored again, but this time for the rest of my life. This whole stupid country is bored. There's no life in it or color or fun. It's probably just as well the Russians are going to drop a nuclear bomb on us any day now, so I could choose to do something hard and boring, or I could go and marry my Jew, and go to Paris and Rome and eat good food in nice restaurants and have fun. It's not enough to educate us anymore, Moses Walters. You've got to tell us why you're doing it. I don't wish to be impertinent, Mrs. Walters, but it's an argument worth rehearsing. You never know, somebody else might want to know the point of it all one day. Do it alone, Leo. Do it all by yourself. You're the only one who matters after all. Do it alone, Leo. Why should it bother me? I'm just good for standing in the shadows and staring at the walls, Leo. Fight them strong and proud. Pray your voice is loud, loud enough to make it through that door. What on earth have I been worried for? Soon I won't be worried anymore. No, do it alone, Leo. Now there's the right idea. Make me feel as useless as you always have. Do it alone, Leo. What could a woman do? After all, so many people love you. They're dancing in the streets, Leo. Fight them strong and proud. Change the future now. No one knows the pain you're going through. No one else is suffering but you. I could be a quiet little girl and cook your little meals and swallow all I feel and bow to your command. Or I could start to scream across the whole damn South and never shut my mouth until they understand. But I can't. Do it alone, Leo. Look at me now, Leo. I can be more. I can bring you home, Leo. We can bring you home, Leo. I want you to come home. Think not that I love him, though I look for him. He's but a peevish boy. And he talks well. But what care I for words? Though words do well when he that speaketh them pleases him that heareth. It's a pretty youth. Not very pretty. He is proud. But his pride becomes him. The best thing in him is his countenance. I mean, no faster that his tongue did cause offense at his eye, he'll it up again. He's not very tall. Yet for his years, he is tall. Redness in his lips, a little more lusty red than that mixed in his cheeks. There be some women, Sylvius, who had marked him in parcels as I had, would have gone near to fall in love with him, and for my part, I love him not. Nor hate him not, though I had more cause to hate him than I do to love him. What cause did he have to chide me? He said my eyes were black and my hair black. I scorned and remembered for it. I marvel I answered not. But that is all one. Omittance is no quittance. I shall write him a letter. Oh, I shall write him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt deliver Sylvius. Well, why did you? No, I don't mean why did you have the girl, I mean why did you tell me about it? What's the point? Is it supposed to make me jealous? Is it supposed to make me fall in love with you? Is it supposed to get me into bed with you? What would you like me to say? I don't feel anything. No, you're right, I don't. Fuck who you like. I know. I know you want me to care. And I guess I would if I was still in love with you, but I don't think that I am anymore. And I think I just figured that out. So maybe that's why I don't really feel like talking right now. I was surprised too. I have a boyfriend now. Yes. Okay. You know that boy who came to the diner when Lee said his name was Ogie. Well, it's him. Well, he was true to his word. He didn't ever give up. My cousin Pete gave him my number, and he called me 30 times a day. I thought I might kill him, but he got to me. He's so passionate. He writes these spontaneous poems. They're poems he comes up with right there on the spot. And he said, oh, you know what he says to me the other night? He says, Dawn, your face is like a brilliant moon in my empty room. Your heart is like a beating drum. Ba-bum, 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 bum, bum. And you wouldn't know this by looking at him, but he is a sexual dynamo. And he's all there is because no one else wants me. So. You don't mean that? No? No, I know you don't mean that because you called him an elf. Doesn't matter if I said it first. You know what? You are just jealous. You're jealous. You are. Because you have the most mean and controlling husband in the world, and I have somebody who loves me to death. And I'm happy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go clean up my station. Bear with me. For I am hungry for revenge, and I cloy myself with beholding it. Thy Edward is dead that killed my Edward. Thy other Edward dead that tried to stab my Edward. Young York is but boot, because both they match not the high perfection of my loss. Like Clarence is dead that tried to kill my Edward, and now the great beholders of this tragic play. The adulterates Hastings, Rivers, Vaughan, Gray, untimely smothered in their dusky graves, but Richard yet lives, Hell's black intelligencer. But if hand ensues his piteous and unpitied end, earth gapes, hell burns, fiends roar, angels pray for him to be suddenly conveyed away. Cancel his bond of life, dear God, so that one day I may live to say, the dog is dead. With my wings resolutely spread, Mrs. Burnside, and my old inhibitions shed, Mrs. Burnside, I did each little thing you said, Mrs. Burnside. I lived. I altered the drape of the drop of my bodice and softened the shape of my brow. I followed directions and made some connections, but what do I do now? Who thought this Miss Prim would have opened a window as far as her whim would allow? And who would have known it'd be so hard to close it? So what do I do now? I polished and powdered and puffed myself. If life was a banquet, I stuffed myself. I had my misgivings, but went on a field trip to find out what living's about. My thanks for the training, now I'm not complaining, but you left something out. So I wandered on till I found my prince, and I've been nauseous ever since. What do I do now?